Hey guys, today we are doing rotations. More specifically, we are rotating 2D shapes to make 3D shapes. So if you will go ahead and open up your Google Slides for today. And there is a link at the top. Now this shows you what rotating a few of the different shapes will make. We do not rotate trapezoids in this class, so no need to bother with that one. So start with rotating a triangle. You can adjust the other slides if you want, but the one that rotates it is right here. So if you move this, you can see it takes that right triangle that we started with, and it just spins it really, really, really fast. And when it does that, it makes a cone. So you need to adjust so you can see that there's a cone. That's what it does. It makes a cone. So spinning a right triangle always makes a cone. If you do the rectangle, we can spin this one, and spinning a rectangle makes a cylinder. And you can see that spinning a circle makes a sphere. So something I want to bring to your attention is that when you spin something, you are spinning in a circle every single time. Now, spinning a circle into a sphere makes sense, but a rectangle, when you spin a rectangle, notice that the bottom is now a circle because you spun it. Anytime you spin something, you spin it in a circle. Same thing with the triangle. The triangle has nothing to do with a circle, but when I spin it, it makes a circle at the bottom. So notice that every time we spin a shape, it makes something with a circle. The reason I bring this up is I will have students tell me that if you spin a square, it makes a cube. That is not possible. Cubes don't have circles. So anytime you are spinning a 2D shape, it needs to make a 3D shape that contains a circle. So feel free to play with this for a little bit so you kind of get the hang of how these work, and then you can go back to the assignment for today. Make sure you fill these in, that way you have them. And then jump to slide 2 with me. So I have found that it helps when you actually are able to draw the 3D figure. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that on your assignment. We're actually just going to do this first one together. So it says, drag the red line to represent the triangle being rotated around the line x equals 2. So notice everything appears in red. That's one problem. And then the green is a completely separate problem, but they both use this triangle. I was trying to save space on the slide. So if I want to drag around the line x equals 2, I need to put this line at x equals 2. So if I move this over, x equals 2 is here. So I am going to spin this triangle around and around and around and around this line. Now that can be really hard to visualize sometimes, especially since this is the first time you guys have seen rotations. So if you're having a hard time seeing it, I want to show you how to draw it. So if this triangle is going to spin and spin and spin and spin, that means I'm going to draw a line. When I spin it, the other side of it should go over here. Now make sure when you draw this, you need to draw your triangle the same height and with the same radius. So whatever size the triangle over here is, the triangle over here needs to be the same size. I also find it helps if you kind of make them match a little bit. So I'm going to make this line a little bit thicker. And I'm also going to change the color to purple just so it matches a little bit. And then I'm going to do it one more time to get the bottom. Again, make the line a little bit thicker, and I'm changing it to purple. You don't have to go through all that. I just think it helps a little bit. So now you can see that if I spin this right triangle around and around and around, there's the other side it's going to make. But it also helps if you put the circle at the bottom, because we know it makes a cone. We just saw it on the other website. So right here, go to Shape and pick a circle. So if you start your circle on one edge of your cone and drag it to the other side and keep it kind of slim like that, let go. And then on your keyboard, you can just arrow up. Now it's really easy to see your cone. So I have found that doing this actually helps you to see your cone, and then you're not trying to visualize it in your head so much because that can be kind of difficult. So now you can see where your cone is. So the two questions it asked me is, what is the height of the figure created? So what is the height of my cone? Just count the blocks. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. the height of my cone. And what is the radius of my cone? Radius is from the middle to the outside. So again, count the blocks. 1, 2, 3. My radius is 3. So to do the green problem, I would remove all of this. Just delete it or get it off, and then do the same thing again for the green problem. You actually are doing these for a triangle, a rectangle, a circle, and another triangle. So this gives you a little bit of practice here. And for each of these, you're just finding the height and radius. Now, the reason we're finding the height and radius is because we've been doing volume this week, and you know that in order to find the volume of a cone, it's pi r squared h divided by 3. So pi times radius squared times height divided by 3. To find the volume of a cone, I need the height and the radius. So that's what we're going to be doing with rotations. You are going to be rotating 2D shapes to make a 3D shape, and then finding the volume of that 3D shape. So if you go down to slide 5, this one does a little bit different. Notice the picture's not here. Instead, I gave you coordinates. So you have to put the coordinates in their correct spot. It tells me if the triangle created, there's 3 dots, so it's got to make a triangle, is rotated about the line x equals -4, find the following dimensions. So you're going to find the radius, the height, and you're actually going to plug those in to get the volume. Now, I did give you a little note here. You can actually draw the triangle by going to Insert, Shape, and Right Triangle. So insert, shape, pick the right triangle, and just connect it to your dots. So you guys can draw these, and that way it helps you to see them a little bit better. But I do want you guys to go through this today, kind of get in the habit of drawing your shapes, finding the height, finding the radius, and then you can plug that into your volume formula. I feel like once you do it a few times, you can better see how rotating the shape, the 2D shape, makes a 3D shape. But don't worry, we are still practicing more rotations tomorrow because this topic's a little bit harder. All right, that is it for today, guys. If y'all will work on your classwork, have a good day.